right, goes. So here we go now. I'm just wanted to come online and talk about some things that's happening real quick that you got to be aware of, especially in the car industry. I know waiting on this live right now. I had to come and do this live. Most of you have heard what happened to that Samuelson guy. I don't know what happened to him, but they said something happened to him. RIP for on Samuelson. But on a real right now, this is a good time to add to your car fleet. What do I mean by adding to your car fleet? You got to be able to basically add more cars to your car fleet. Adding more cars to your car fleet doesn't mean that you're gonna be in a situation where you're overpriced and underworked and you think for a second what you got to do is drop your prices to be able to be competitive on your car ride or car sharing industry business. And I will tell you something else that's going on right now. A lot of these cars that are old, I've been hearing reports that most old cars now are growing in value, but it's not just because the cars are hard to find. It's just a matter of cars not being available sometimes, where all the old supplies of the cars are not being manufactured anymore. So when you have a supply chain issue where cars are hard to manufacture and they're hard to find, it naturally makes sense for the prices to go up, right? So what do you do as a car share host or somebody that's actually trying to get into the industry? Are you going to sit there and let the industry price you out of your dreams? No, you're not going to do that. So the best thing to do really is to figure out a strategy to get new cars, right? So for example, the best thing to do is go to a supplier that you've already worked with. I'll share a story with you. I kind of have some cars that I got from a certain rideshare platform, and I went in there and I got pre-approved for another vehicle. I went ahead and searched for new vehicles, and I had my eye on a particular vehicle for at least a month and a half now. But then again, the time wasn't right. But I think right now is the right time, because I don't know if you've heard, interest rates are going to go up, but do not let interest rates defer you from your dreams, okay? If you're trying to grow a business, naturally, the cost of growing a business includes paying people to get what you want, right? You got to pay to get what you want. Nothing is free. So, but you've heard a lot of people out there that's going to tell you, well, you know, it's going to cost a lot to get online and get new cars, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. But at the end of the day, you're trying to grow your fleet. Well, in this particular situation, what I went ahead and got pre-approved, okay? Once you're pre-approved, then you have an opportunity to shop around and get the right kind of cars that you want to get, right? Once you get the right kind of cars, then you can kind of make the move when the time is right. So like I said, I was watching these cars and I waited until it was the right time to make the move to go ahead and grow the fleet by another vehicle. The other backstory I was going to tell you about is a lot of people go out there and they lease vehicles for rideshare. Well, if you're leasing a vehicle, all that's going to do is going to help you get into a newer vehicle. Great. Newer vehicles are good for the customers. They're good for the clients. But at the end of the day, you don't have any equity. All right? Say it with me again. Equity. Equity. You need equity. Why do you need equity? It's kind of like money that you've been saving within the car that you've been buying, right? You've been saving the money, putting it around. The value is probably going to go up and down. It's going to fluctuate. You can use car valuation sites like Edmunds or cars and .com. Go there and figure out what the value of the current cars that you're trying to work on are before you then try to move to something else, right? So that's a strategy that I think is going to work regardless of whether the interest rate is going to go up or it's going to go down. Interest rates are always going to change. Again, do not let interest rates stop you from your dream of getting into whatever vehicles that you're trying to get into. But you got to have cash, or you're going to have something else to put down. In other words, I'm talking about trading. So if you have a vehicle that's older, a lot of miles, it's still worth something. Go to Edmunds.com and actually see what it's worth. And then go out there and use that as leverage to do a situation where you don't actually have to pay money. Because if you look at what's going on right now in the industry, people want you to put $20,000 down, $30,000 down to buy a vehicle. And if you look at the mileage or the value of those vehicles, they probably not worth you putting that much of a down payment. So find a way to be able to increase your leverage. Again, some people are going to say, well, negotiate on the interest rate or negotiate on the down payment or negotiate on the monthly payment. You just have to know what works best for you because every situation is not the same. Don't let people tell you that you can get into the best cars right now. Right now, I've heard the value of this GT right here. As you can see me pointing to it, in that DuPont Register magazine, that car is now worth $1 million. But it wasn't worth $1 million way back when. If you want to get into exotics, that's another play. But you can get into any car you want using these strategies I'm telling you about, right? First, you got to know what car you want, right? Then you got to be able to get pre-approved for that car, okay? It's easy to get pre-approved if you're dealing with a company that you've already dealt with before, right? Obviously, your credit has got to be decent. People are looking to approve you if you have a credit rating of 630 or more, right? Once you have that credit rating of 630 or more, it's going to enable you to actually position yourself to be able to then get pre-approved. And upon pre-approval, you can go shop for the car that you want. All right. So what I'm going to do right now, at some point, I will be leaving a link somewhere in the description here for this live, for those folks that did not get a chance to watch the live, so you can watch the replay of this live and click that link. The link is going to lead you to the Carshierge University. First off, I'm going to say, go to carshierge.com. So that's CARSHIERGE, carshierge.com. That's where we're linking hosts and guests in the car ride industry. And we're also delivering these types of instructions to help you get the best of what you're doing. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And what I'm going to be doing later, I will be talking some more about how to then list this vehicle that you've procured, right, onto a particular ride share platform. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll be seeing you later on the next live.